this is one of my favourite days every year because we get to remember Steve. So for me, it's a great day to see everyone in the zoo and rejoicing in his life, and especially wildlife and conservation. So it's a great day. It's about getting excited about what he was and his life, and of course it's all in the kids and in the zoo. It's it's just he's everywhere. But the rest of the year I get sad every day. The zoo's so full on and big now, and we all get excited to get in here and feed crocodiles together and talk about old times, because a lot of the original crew is still here.
I guess the biggest thing for me is that we all get together and remember everything that Steve was about, but not in a sad way, in a happy way. It's a celebration of his life, of everything that Steve stood for, all the amazing work that he did, and just remember what an awesome bloke he was.
He taught each and every one of us himself how to feed crocodiles, how to catch crocs in the bush, and most of all, he really instilled that passion for wildlife and conservation, and we're so proud to share that with everyone and continue his legacy.
The greatest lasting memory, just going up and catching crocodiles. Going up and catching crocodiles with Steve is amazing. We'd get in there, and that's where it's really in his element. That's what he did for fun. And we'd get up there and he passed on some great stuff. So we would just go sun up to sundown, working hard in the bush, learning the whole time. Great stuff.
Steve hand caught Acco in 1988, I think it was, and he caught him on his own. And some of the first early vision and how Steve became the Crocodile Hunter is he had this old video camera, and he used to sit it in the tree when we were moving crocodiles to protect them because they were getting shot out and so on. And he caught this big crocodile called Acco, and he sunk the boat, and he had to get the local cane farmers in there to help, and they all educated about crocodiles, and we brought him here, and he's one of our, and he's probably over 100 years old, easy. So this guy is really true blue Australia Zoo, and Steve, yeah. He's a great croc. He's the granddaddy of all crocs. He's very smart, and he's cheeky too. Unpredictable a bit. The wonderful thing about Steve is he brought all of us together all the time. So even though he's not with us, he's with us in spirit. And of course you've got the likes of Robert and Bindi and Terry, and so it feels like he's here all the time. Every time I come to work, I'll go to areas where I used to sit with him every morning, and I just sit, so we feel him here everywhere, so it's good.
He really did draw people in and helped us spread the message of conservation. He was larger than life, and for me, he was like a bit of a big brother, a bit of a protector. It was a little as nervous for him, I think, the first time I fed a crocodile as it was for me, because, just was. But with Steve, you could do anything. You honestly could. You just felt he would protect you no matter what, and it would be fine.
Steve, he was that natural. He could just. He was that inspirational leader, one of 7 billion people, best that I've ever met, and he could just inspire you to greatness. And with him around, you could do so much more. So he set us up really well to take on and carry on.
The biggest thing about Steve, which blows me away, was he was mates. And I mean, there was no if, buts, mights or maybes. If you're in trouble or you needed help, there was no grey area with Steve. He wasn't a fair weather friend. You're mates for life, you're mates forever, and that's it. And that he would back you up. It doesn't matter what it was. You might be bogged out the back in the Land Cruiser and you ring him up, mate, I'm bogged. Oh, I'll be there in 2 seconds. Everything from, he saved my life with a crocodile. So he's the sort of guy you'd want to go into battle with. He's amazing.
He was so proud of his kids. It's impossible to explain how proud he was of his kids. He just adored them. He spent every minute he could with them. He did attempt sometimes to dance with Bindi in private because she always liked to dance, but he never did that on show. Wasn't his forte. He stuck to the crocodiles.
He'd get to work at 4 a.m. I'd get here at 6, and he'd be like, cup of tea, and like, where you been, And it was from the moment you walked in the door to the moment you went home, you're like, because he was 100 miles an hour, and then he'd sleep, and then pew, he'd like an Energizer bunny. So it was an incredible, exciting time, and reason I get up in the morning now is I want to make sure I fulfil the dream and make the zoo bigger and better and get the word of conservation out there. So, you know, for me, when I finish something or something gets done, I stand back and go, wow, look at this, you know, and I know that he would have been excited about it.